It's the American Nicky Hayden.
Nicky Hayden joked about his number 69, but it was just for fun. We'll cover why later in the video, but first, let's take a look at one of America's racetrack heroes. In his heydays, Nicky Hayden was virtually unbeatable on the racetrack, always at the top of his game and never ceasing to wow the crowd. The paddocks could not resist calling out his name, especially after they dubbed him the Kentucky Kid. However, MotoGP fans will know his career ended after a tragic accident, but his adoring fans will always remember him for the star he was, not just on the racetracks, but off it as well. The Kentucky Kid was a wonderful racer on the MotoGP circuits. He had a dream and lived every day for it by riding for some of the best manufacturers in the industry and claiming spectacular victories. Nicky rode Hondas for 10 years straight without a second thought. We'll go into that later, but let's not forget his great words. Do not just talk about doing something, but rather actually go do it, because that is what really counts. Did you know Nicky's lifelong dream was to become a world champion? Well, did he finally achieve his dream? Stay tuned to find out more as we dive into his fantastic racing career. His career. Imagine the only reason for not winning a race being a mechanical problem. You better believe it. That's exactly what happened to Nicky in one of his season's races. But first, let's start from the beginning. The Kentucky Kid started his career on dirt before switching to tarmac. He won the 1999 AMA Supersport Championship with his Honda and kept pushing. For the new millennium, Honda put Nicky on the factory team, which was a good decision as Nicky gave some of his best performances for them. The only time he could not win was because of a mechanical problem at the start of the AMA Superbike Series in Daytona, but he came in second place. He had the first victory at Road America and then Willow Springs. He even participated in the AMA 600 Supersport season, but Honda decided to take him out and concentrate on superbikes. Nevertheless, he still finished the AMA flat track season when the times did not conflict with other events. In 2001, he was with the American Honda team. He had an injury during one of his races and had to go through surgery, but he still struggled with carpal tunnel syndrome after the surgery. He returned and won his first pole position for the AMA Superbike, then finished the season in third position. 2002 was a fantastic season start for Nicky after he won in Daytona and became the youngest AMA Superbike champion. He was also in fourth place in Laguna at the second World Superbike Series while with the Repsol Honda team. He joined the MotoGP series in 2003 after rising to the top series for motorcycle road racing and had his first MotoGP race on the 6th of April 2003 and managed to come in at 7th position. He was awarded the honors of Rookie of the Year. 2004 took a different turn for him as he was involved in an accident that left him with a broken collarbone while training in Italy on a supermoto bike. The accident affected him greatly. His fans hoped he would do better, but that wasn't to be. He missed a few rounds and failed to reach the finish line in 6 races. He still managed to show what he was capable of with podium results in Germany and Brazil. He finished 8th at the end of the season. Nicky finally had his chance to shine after a terrible previous year. He claimed his first victory for the MotoGP series in 2005 at Laguna Seca. He made it clear that he was no joke and that his competitors should recognize him as a threat. With 5 more podium finishes in Valencia, Turkey, Australia, Qatar and Germany. His excellent performance finally paid off as he came in third that year at the end of the MotoGP season. After years of hard work, his lifelong dream of becoming a world champion came true in 2006. His solid streak of finishes and victories at Assen and Laguna Seca had a considerable part to play in this achievement, but not without its difficult times, including the time he was taken out of a race at the Estoril penultimate round. Still, he managed to recover by securing a podium finish at the finale, which is all he needed to claim the crown. Wow, what an exciting time that must have been for him. Nicky preferred riding big bikes over small ones because of his riding style that he came up with while riding big and loose superbikes. But for the 2007 season, the bikes changed from 990 to 800cc displacement. Nicky, however, scored podium finishes at Brno, Assen and the Saxon Ring. That same year, his biography was first published. He even starred in Kentucky Kid and MTV Special. He had several injuries in the 2008 season when competing in the MotoGP series. He actually hurt his foot at the Los Angeles Supermoto race while on the season's break. He had to sit out 2 rounds, but he still had some memorable occasions worth celebrating, including his Indianapolis GP runner-up finish close to his Kentucky home and a podium standing in Assen. He came in at 6th place at the end of the season. Nicky joined Ducati in 2009, and this would kick off a 7-year streak with the Ducati team in the Premier class after riding Hondas for 10 years. By 2010, Nicky already had a year of experience with Ducati and was getting more competitive. He finished in 7th position that year and marked the season with a podium standing at Aragon. There were high expectations for the Ducati team in 2011, but it did not work out so well as the squad had a hard time giving him what he needed to be competitive. Even with intense efforts throughout the year and a switch to the modified GP11 in mid-season, he still lagged. He was, however, able to achieve a podium finish at the wet and slippery Jerez round despite the challenges. Nicky would stop at nothing. Nicky was in his 4th year with Ducati by 2012, with Ducati launching a new ride for the season with a 1000cc format. The bikes were larger and ideally suited Nicky's riding style. Hayden earned many points in the initial 5 races of 2013 that would contribute to his overall performance. He was positioned 8th in Qatar, 6th in the Americas, 7th in Spain, 5th in France, and 6th in Italy. He was overall in 6th position in the 2014 German Grand Prix Championship. Nicky moved back to Honda for the 2014 season but was involved in an accident that injured his wrist and affected his performance. After surgery, he was able to get back for the 2015 season. Yep, that was Nicky, an unstoppable force he was. He was named a MotoGP legend in 2015 before his last race outing in the Premier class, and in 2016, he announced he was moving to the World Superbike Series. Nicky's last ride. Sadly, Nicky Hayden, the smiling kid as we all knew him as, passed away on the 22nd of May 2017 when he was hit by a driver while riding his bicycle in Italy. He was riding solo in the afternoon when the accident occurred. The crash took place at the Via Sa intersection. As he was moving west, a Peugeot entered the street to cross and hit him. The incident was recorded in a home surveillance camera close by, and from the look of it, he did not hail at the stop sign. Probably because he was paying attention to his iPod rather than the road as it was found at the crash scene. The driver of the car mentioned he was on his way to work when Hayden crossed the stop sign and suddenly appeared in front of him. He said he didn't have enough time to react. The rate at which Hayden hit the windshield was strong enough to shatter it entirely and dent the car's roof. Hayden was immediately rushed to hospital with severe injuries and later moved to the trauma unit for possible surgery in the Mauricio Buffaloni Hospital. His injuries were so intense that he could not be put in a medically induced coma to undergo surgery. It is unknown if he was conscious or unconscious in his last days. The severity of Hayden's injuries was described as polytrauma, including brain injury and severe cerebral damage. Not only that, but he also suffered fractured vertebrae, a broken pelvis, and a broken femur. Nicky was put on life support in the ICU because of his injuries. His family and fans were hoping for signs of recovery, but Nicky never showed any. He sadly died in the hospital 5 days after the accident on the 22nd of May 2017 when he was only 35 years old. Later, the investigation results came out and the car driver was found to be 70% responsible and Hayden 30% responsible. The driver was driving at a speed of 73 km per hour, and there was no sign that the driver applied the brakes before the car struck him. Here are some interesting facts about Nicky Hayden. Number 1, if he was not a racer, then he'd have no idea what he would have done as a career choice. He was never able to answer that question. Number 2, he lived by the words, "All hard work generates profit, but only talking leads to poverty," motivating him to always go for the best performances and never stop. Number 3, his best racing moment was when he raced with both his brothers at the Springfield Track Tournament in 2002. Number 4, his most outstanding achievement was grabbing the 2006 MotoGP World Championship, and when he became the 99 Pro Athlete of the Year. Number 5, hip-hop was Nicky's favorite music. Before Nicky was taken from us, what was his personal life like? Did he even date, marry, or have kids? Hayden was from a Catholic family with whom he kept a strong connection throughout his life. He even lived in an apartment above his family home as the remaining MotoGP riders stayed in Europe. Hayden had 2 brothers, Roger Lee and Tommy, who were both professional motorcycle racers. He also had 2 sisters, Kathleen and Jenny. We did say we'd tell you why Nicky joked about his number 69. Well, here's the reason. 69 was the same number as his father Earl used. He loved the number, and his family used to joke that it could still be easily read even when he was upside down in the dirt. Hayden proposed to Jackie Martin and got engaged in May 2016, but mostly kept his relationship private. Nicky had built a towering career, glowing with achievements and even the failures he would appreciate, because they made him who he was. He held his hopes and dreams close to his heart. Even with an unexpected end, one thing that's for sure is he enjoyed every moment of his racing career and would not have wanted it to be any other way. Be sure to check out Moto Plus for more fantastic videos. See you there.